All right, we're joined by ESPN's Mike Reiss again for a few minutes. And Mike, you hear Pop Douglas. He was so excited to be out on the football field, healthy again in camp. He had the red jersey on for so much of camp, finally get out there. I think he's just dying to catch the football and have it thrown his way.
Yeah, I mean, he had 49 catches last year, Dan. He was the leading receiver in terms of a receiver on the, stat sheet more than a running back. But I think for him, this is a little foreign from what he experienced last year. It's a different scheme, Dan, and I think that to me is what I see. Maybe some longer developing roots in this West Coast system that Gerard Mayo has said, let's try to get him the ball, even if it's not a pass. Maybe it's a quick handoff on an end around. So that's something I'm going to watch for in the game Thursday night. But I would say, this secondary for the Jets, that's not easy to throw against. Sauce Gardner's one of the best corners in the league. Obviously might not be up against Pop, but I mean, they're going to have their work cut out for him to throw the ball.
How about a bubble screen or some quick slants to all these guys to maybe get them involved so Jacoby doesn't have to drop all the way back and not have any time with the Jets. We know they have a great defensive line.
I think it's a great point, Dan, and I think this ties to the offensive line. To me, the whole idea of pushing the ball down the field, getting more receivers involved, all sounds great, but if you can't protect, that's hard to do, right? And so, offensive line-wise, we were out at practice today. They're still banged up. Vidarian Lowe, your starting left tackle, was not at practice. I don't think he's going to play Thursday night unless there's a shift. Caden Wallace, a rookie, could be at left tackle. How does that affect your passing game? But I like your thought, Dan, like we saw with the Seahawks. Geno Smith, their quarterback, they rolled him out at times, got him away from pressure, gave him some quick reads, helped those receivers maybe uncover quicker with the shorter routes. I think it would be a great approach.
How about the rest of the receiver core, Mike, and just your thoughts on that? I mean, I think we all realize they need a number one by next season, right? But just what you're seeing and what you'd like to see more involvement from everybody.
Definitely. So in the first game, Dan, they started with KJ Osborne and Tyquan Thornton as their top guys with Pop Douglas, who we're talking about in the slot. In the second game, we saw Jalen Polk become sort of a top guy with KJ Osborne. I expect to see more of Jalen Polk because I think he gets open as much as anyone, and I do think consistently the receivers, I don't think they're getting open as much as I see the other teams, but I think more Polk is probably part of the formula they look for.
More Pop and we're good.
There you go.
And just a quick thought on Jalen Reagor, released from the practice squad today. There was a post on Instagram early.
Yeah.
Think that had anything to do with it, Mike, or what? Maybe just his situation?
I don't think it had anything to do with it, Dan, his post, but I think the post was probably a result of it, right? So he gets the news, and then he posts on Instagram. I think it was like a Lamborghini, and meaning like he's the Lamborghini in the area. But I think what this is, Dan, they got 6 receivers on the active roster, a lot of youth. And I think Jalen Reagor sees not a great opportunity for him here. Let me see if I can get somewhere else, and the Patriots grant him that opportunity.
All right, stay right there. Don't go anywhere in Gillette Stadium right now.